Renovating a 5-inch gauge Sweet Pea locomotive. This is part 10. The paintwork is damaged on this old engine. Matching the black paint is easy. I use HMG satin black as usual. The colour of the cab and saddle tank is more difficult to duplicate. It seems to be a variant of LMS Crimson Lake. I don't want to remove the cab and tank for a total repaint, so the first thing to do is prepare the damaged areas for the new paint. As with a lot of things that I do, I am no real expert at painting. I can see that the paint has been damaged, and the first thing I'm going to do is use some wet to dry sandpaper to roughen up the area where I'm going to apply first of all some grey primer, followed by some new paint. I found this job very tedious, and it was so tedious that I forgot to press record when I applied the grey primer. There are also some previous paint repairs to this tank. You can see one on top of the smoke box just above the bracket. I removed the paint from the bracket because it was too badly damaged. I'm going to replace that. I'm using 600 grade wet to dry sandpaper to rub down the area between the paint and no paint, just to get rid of the sharp edge. Now comes the important part. I do not have any paint that is the correct colour, but I do have these paints: white, Crimson Lake from Precision Paints, and Precision Paints Buffer Beam Vermilion. By using these 3 tins of paint, I think I can possibly get the colour that I need by mixing them together. It's not easy though. I would recommend using an artist's palette for this job, or better still, the lid off a food container. A few weeks ago I thought it would be a good idea to do some batch cooking, so I bought some food containers via Amazon, and I bought some minced beef from the butcher's, but I was a bit busy, and by the time I got round to the batch cooking, the meat was past its best, so I threw it away. All is not lost though, because I'm using the lid as an artist's palette, and I'm using the actual containers for various jobs, such as holding cellulose thinners to remove paint. I think this paint, as I mentioned earlier, is a variation of LMS Crimson Lake. So on my improvised palette, I start off with some Crimson Lake, which is a bit too dark in colour, so I need to modify this. It's too dark. I added some white. This was difficult because I added too much white and it went a very light pink colour. So I replaced the lid on the tin of white paint and put it on the shelf. In this clip you can see that the wheels are a different colour to the tank and the cab. For the moment I'm going to leave the wheels as they are because I do not want this to look like a new engine. My first attempt at colour matching was abysmal. As you can see, the purple of the LMS Crimson Lake is not really good enough. I thought it would be a good idea to mix in some Phoenix Precision Paints Buffer Beam Vermilion. It's most important to mix the paint colours thoroughly. Here I'm about halfway through it. There's still a lot of pure vermilion on the paintbrush. This is no good. I wiped the paintbrush and started the painting job. And yes, this is not too bad. It's fairly close, but it's still a little bit too purple. This paint is out of a tin and it's an oil-based paint. You have to be very careful. If you use cellulose paint, it will remove a good bit more of the paint around the area you're working on, and this is not a good idea at all. When I take a closer look at the wheels, I think I probably will paint them, but I'll wait until I get round to the part where I remove the connecting rod and the coupling rods to work on the bearings. Back to the tank. There's a chip on the corner and I think I really have got the colour quite close now. I'm using the paint straight from the tin because not only do I need to sort of match the colour, what I need to do is fill the thickness of the paint, because underneath this original paint is a layer of primer. In the life of this engine there have been some paint repairs done in the past. Here's one that I'm modifying. I'm adding a little bit more paint to get closer to the colour, and once this paint is thoroughly hardened I will be rubbing it down with some fine wet to dry sandpaper and applying another layer on top. I wasn't happy with the colour, so I wiped it off, and as you can see, the original touch-up paint was also not quite the right colour and very thick and badly applied. I think that the paint mix needs to have some more vermilion in there, and when I stir some of this in, it starts to, well, look a little bit more like the tank and the cab. Once again, I can't stress how important it is to make sure that the mix is consistent. I did a lot more mixing than I'm showing here. I thought I would tackle the bracket that holds the saddle tank to the smoke box. Being very careful not to get paint all over the smoke box, I paint the bracket. One thing is apparent though, the paint is too shiny, so if I want to get really anal about this, I can apply a semi-matte varnish once it's all been painted. But really, I don't want to get carried away, so I think this will be okay. At this point in the proceedings, I decided I wanted a cup of tea, so I went into the kitchen to make a cup of tea. And while the kettle was boiling, I was looking at it and thinking about the instructions for making a cup of tea. The first part being warm the pot, and I always thought this was nonsense and couldn't figure out why. But for the first time in my life, and bearing in mind I'm not using a teapot, I'm using a cup, I warmed the cup with boiling water before adding the tea bag and then adding more boiling water. Did it make a difference? Yes, it certainly did. The tea brewed quicker and stayed hotter for longer. So this is a throwback, warm the pot, meaning warm the teapot. In my case, it was a cup. But yes, it works, it's not nonsense, and I was wrong. Back to the paint job for a moment. It's starting to look a lot better. I will have to rub this down, but I will only do that once the paint has thoroughly hardened. A quick look at my DIY artist palette, and as you can see, the colour is very close to the cab and the tank. The white content is still in there, and I use sign writing paint, so the pigment in the white paint is more concentrated. Once I've rubbed down these paint patches and got them nice and smooth, the top coat will be applied, mixed with this stuff. It's naphtha, called panel wipe, used for wiping panels before you paint them. It doesn't damage or dissolve any of the paint on the parts, but it thins the paint that you're applying. And you can even apply the paint with a cloth, as in French polishing. More about this later. I managed to get the colour on the star quite like the colour of the engine. That's it for now though. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my Mainsteam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.